Yo, what's up, everyone? It's Dyson, your boy Slice 'em Dyson. I'm back again with yet another video, and today we're gonna be talking about Kong and Godzilla. You know what I mean? You dig? Alright, let's check it out. I'm gonna go as in depth as possible in a video that I'm trying not to make over like 20 minutes long. I'm gonna try to go in depth as to why I love Kong, also Kong's nature and what he represents and what he means to me personally and all that kind of stuff, so on and so forth, as well as why I love, the King of the Monsters. You know, Godzilla himself, Gojira himself. I've always loved Godzilla in pretty much every incarnation, yeah, just about every incarnation, you know? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Godzilla and Kong are both phenomenal characters, IMO. There's a lot of stuff going on with the MonsterVerse, and a lot of y'all are confused, but believe me, I am not lying when I say I know what's going on with a lot of stuff that you guys do not know. I have sources, I have insiders, I have people that saw screenings of trailers and teasers and whatnot, I have plot leaks and etc. I'm just trying not to, spoil anything too heavy because I personally don't even want anything, too heavy about the movie spoiled, you know? This movie is going to be epic, IMO, so I don't want to spoil it for myself or anyone else. But I remember you guys you got to remember at the end of Godzilla King of the Monsters, what did those articles and newspaper clippings say? They spoke on the fact that there were mechanized titans. And I'm telling you, that is a big part of the story. I won't, spoil anything though. I just personally hope that Ghidorah, King Ghidorah makes a return in some capacity. Alright, so we'll address creatures like Nazuki, aka Warbat, and Camazotz, and so on and so forth, eventually. Let me get back to Godzilla and Kong real quick. Alright, so this picture here has not been officially confirmed. Of course, it's considered a leak, right? But no one knows if it's authentic or not. But it does look like it could be an actual, set of maquettes or models, whatever, that were for the production of Godzilla versus Kong, you know what I mean? Films, especially monster movies, often do use models and maquettes, even if they're not using animatronics or, stop motion or any kind of practical effects. They'll use those, models and such, even as like a base model for, a computer generated image or something. So, in this specific regard, when it comes to, if these photos are actually authentic, I do not know. But let me continue. I will be picking up some more toys, some more action figures from GVK, and so on and so forth. I already got a new figure that just came in yesterday. I'll get into that in a moment, but let's continue. So, my boy Kong. I already told you, Kong, he isn't a gorilla, he isn't a chimp, he isn't even whatever you want to call him, a Bigfoot, a fucking whatever you want to call him. He's not any of those things. He is a great ape, if anything. Humans are technically in the great ape family tree, you know what I mean? He's a hominid, just like chimps and humans and, our ancestors and whatnot. Why do you think he can create tools and, he has intelligence to the point where he can react and adapt to whatever situation he's in? He can learn and apply knowledge. And what is the definition of intelligence? It is the ability, I'm of course paraphrasing, but you get the gist. The ability to absorb knowledge and apply that knowledge, that information. You know what I mean? And that's a very vague and broad definition. Kong is a sentient and emotional being, Monster vs. Kong, as depicted here, even honored and bowed before the bodies of his dead parents, his parents that had been savagely killed by the brutal hypervores known as skull crawlers. But yeah, so apparently either megafauna or titans like this right here, the Nizuki, aka the Warbat, or whatever it slash they are is whatever, whatever this creature is, whatever it represents, I have a good idea. So hear me out. Yes, this creature, it looks like it's from Skull Island, right? It looks like a creature that would evolve on Skull Island. It looks as if the wings are more for gliding than anything. It has that serpentine, almost snake-like tail. It has the almost cobra-like frill, or whatever you want to call that, you know, that extension from its body, going from damn near the end of its tail all the way up its back to the point on his back where its gliding wings begin. This creature here, the origin may not have been revealed yet, and I won't get into any of that, but I will say that this being here is definitely going to be in the movie. Like it's pretty much confirmed. Like confirmed that this creature is going to play a role. Maybe not a huge role, but a role that impacts the actual plot of the film. And like I said, I need for Ghidorah. I need for Ghidorah to make a return, to make a reappearance. He's like literally Godzilla's nemesis, one of the most powerful Alpha Titans to ever exist. He may have even been the original OG Alpha Titan. And this here is concept art. But yeah, Ghidorah, I definitely want to see him again. And yes, I've heard apparently there was a trailer or a test screening of a teaser trailer or whatever, right? And apparently one of Ghidorah's heads survives, right? Or even if it didn't survive, it was taken in by the humans and it was experimented on slash, modified, whatever, and they basically helped speed up his regeneration process. And they tried to keep him chained down with chains, allegedly, right, with chains. And since he was just a head and neck in a weakened state, this somewhat worked. But Ghidorah, of course, would either eventually keep growing and evolve into a whole new form of Ghidorah. A new Ghidorah, like a subspecies, the same Ghidorah, just slightly different. Or I've also heard that they're gonna possibly put Ghidorah's brain in Mechagodzilla, and you can only guess what will happen when that happens. If that happens. I've also heard, this isn't a heavy spoiler, but I'll still say spoiler alert. I have heard that Ghidorah will, in fact, return, even if only in a cameo or small role that impacts the plot of GVK. And this right here, of course, is just concept art. It's an image, but let me continue. I've heard that this mechanized Titan may even have, a form similar to Mechagodzilla, but it could possibly have either Ghidorah's brain operating it, or, it could actually have two of Ghidorah's heads on each side of its neck, you know what I mean? So it would have the Mechagodzilla head and body and whatnot, but the being would have literal Ghidorah heads on it, on it. I've heard the theories of, oh, Mecha King Ghidorah, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if they'll, take that specific Toho character and reintroduce it, but this sounds possible, the theory I just stated, you know what I mean? But back to Godzilla and Kong. Yeah. Did I like Gojira Resurgence? Did I like Shin Godzilla, Shin Gojira? Yes, I did. A lot. Did I like Godzilla 2014? Do I like the MonsterVerse Godzilla? Yes, I do very much. You know? And I would absolutely love to see Shin Godzilla fight an actual form of like a Shin Ghidorah, some kind of Ghidorah that would be like the ultimate Ghidorah, next to, of course, the anime Ghidorah, the multiversal Ghidorah. It could even be a multiversal Ghidorah, or, whatever interplanetary Ghidorah, whatever, as long as it's badass, you know what I mean? And I really do hope the MonsterVerse pulls off whatever it is they're trying to do. And I hope they have the balls to declare a winner. No one has to die. Neither Kaiju has to die. I mean, maybe one of them does, but not Godzilla or Kong, the main characters. They do not have to die, you know what I mean? One just has to be injured badly enough or beaten badly enough to have the other proven as the king of the monsters. You know what I mean? Because it's a battle of two of the most powerful Titan alphas pretty much of all time, now that Ghidorah's gone. Air quotes. Gone. You know what I mean? But yeah, even Kong himself, he isn't worried about Ghidorah. He does not care about King Ghidorah. Like, of course Ghidorah is one of the most powerful titans to ever exist. But Godzilla, he's a powerful alpha as well, so is Kong. And, of course, Godzilla keeps getting these power-ups. He may have actually lost the fight with Ghidorah had he not gotten those power-ups. He was fueled by the A-bomb, and then he was also given the life force energy of Mothra. Spoiler alert, but I'm assuming, in 2020, whenever Godzilla vs. Kong is going to be coming out, I'm assuming about, King of the Monsters. So, anyway, yeah. I'm assuming you've seen it. So, my bad if you haven't. But, yeah, so, spoiler alert for what's about to happen if you haven't seen it. But, yeah, so, Godzilla, he's definitely a beast. Just look at this homage to the burning Godzilla form. The quote-unquote fire Godzilla that destroyed King Ghidorah. It's epic. He demolished Ghidorah. He owned him. Ghidorah is one of the most powerful foes Godzilla's ever faced. And look at this. Godzilla, just like Kong, he can be a savage, barbaric beast. You know? An absolute alpha. You know what I mean? Check this out. Atomic breath straight through the skull. Utter fucking obliteration. Now, the Titans bow to him and Kong. They are the two most powerful alphas. That's why. That's why this clash of Titans, play on words there, but that's why this Clash of Titans means so much. Godzilla versus Kong, you know what I mean? And of course, Kong is a fucking monstrosity. He's a gentle giant. But also, he's a barbarian, a berserker. He goes berserk, you know? Pete, Pete. That's the Alpha Skullcrawler. And by the way, I know all about that new Skullcrawler showing up in GVK, the one with the red on its hide. That red is because of its status as like a Mega Alpha, right? It's above the Alpha from this film. It's a new kind of Alpha. You know what I mean? It's a subterranean, absolutely super powerful Skullcrawler. You know what I mean? And Kong, he can stand toe to toe with it. You know what I mean? Check this out. I'm gonna wrap things up pretty soon here, but check this out. If you guys knew anything about Kong, you'd know he was a savage, the protector of innocence.